Hello everyone. This time the question that was asked to me by a client again is how should we prepare ourselves when we are planning to get into a relationship? Okay. There's no preparation as such when you actually go into a relationship because from the time that we are born, we are actually living in a lot of relationships, right? So intimate relationship is also like any other relationship. The only thing is we kind of prioritize it so much that our life, I mean, this particular relationship, the intimate relationship, becomes the center of our universe. So I think that itself is a wrong step because it's like any other relationship, right? um, the healthy way to look at an intimate relationship is to understand that it is one part of your life, not your complete life. You have other parts in your life as well, like you play a lot of other roles apart from being a wife or a husband, right? So you always need to keep this in mind that the intimate relationship is one part of your life, not your complete life. Now, having said that, the main preparation for any relationship is to understand oneself better, which means we need to understand ourselves better. Strange, right? Because usually when we are getting into any relationship, our whole focus is on trying to understand the other person. But it's a myth because when we understand ourselves better, we will actually express our needs better, we will communicate in a powerful manner, we will negotiate for what we want without becoming emotional. Thereby, we kind of help the partner to understand us without any confusions. So, while entering into a relationship or while being in a relationship, it's important that you understand yourself better and you express yourself better to the other person. Also, the advantage of understanding ourselves better, why is it important? The advantage of understanding ourselves better is we kind of listen to others or our partners without a need to defend ourselves, without a need to reply or attack. Because most of the times, when we don't understand ourselves better, our insecurities would be very high. So, when we are actually listening to our partner talk about us, we are most of the times listening to reply, attack, and defend, right? On the contrary, if I understand myself better, if I accept myself better with my flaws and strengths, I'll be able to listen to my partner talking about me without feeling attacked. That's the reason why we should understand ourselves better while we are in a relationship. And the most important aspect, the preparation for any relationship, is you see this plant, right? So any relationship is like nurturing a plant, you know. So why is it common to nurturing a plant? Because plant doesn't speak for itself, it has its own language, but it doesn't speak to us in words, it has its own language, right? So each person has their own language. It could be a love language or it could be a language through which they communicate. So supposing if the same plant has yellow leaves, what does it tell us? That either we are overwatering it or we are underwatering it. If the same plant has tight soil, then we need to like loosen up the soil, dig it up a little, or repot it, right? If the roots are not growing, or if the roots are coming outside of the soil, then it means we need to repot the plant, right? So the plant doesn't talk for itself, rather it has a different language. It doesn't speak to us in the same language. We speak verbally, we speak in words, but the plant doesn't speak to us in words, no. So we tend to observe what the plant is telling us and we attend to the plant. So in a relationship, we need to observe and pay attention to what the other partner is saying, because the partner might not have the same love language as we have. Love languages differ, each person loves the other person differently, we can't be the same. So it's important that in a relationship you pay attention and you observe and pay attention to your partners, and observe and pay attention to yourself also. That's when you'll be able to communicate what you want clearly without any confusion. And when you observe and pay attention to your partner, you will be able to understand and ask them questions. Don't assume a lot of things about them. By observing and paying attention doesn't mean that you'll assume and say a lot of things about them. Rather, you can ask them smart questions to understand what they are going through. So if you see that your plant or your partner has yellow leaves, or is dull, or is not doing good, or is sad most of the times, I think instead of assuming, it's time for you to ask them smart questions and to see if they are ready to kind of open up to you. That's it. So relationship is like like nurturing a plant, right? So for a plant, we observe and provide sunlight, we water it, we give it vital nutrients. So your relationship also time and again has to be nurtured, and it has to be nurtured on an everyday basis. Thank you so much.